In the previous installment of Fantastic Beasts, we saw Grindelwald rise to power and terrify the globe with his conviction that magical people should control the world and kill non-magic people, resulting in the deaths of innocent people. There are two conflicting forces in the magical world. Good and evil are two opposing forces. While Grindelwald is the greatest villain of the pre-Voldemort era, Albus Dumbledore is his opposite counterpart, battling for what is right and good in the world. Author J.K. Rowling tempted us by hinting that Albus Dumbledore had always had something special about him. During the time she was working on Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, various rumors concerning Dumbledore's sexual identity surfaced. Fantastic Beasts. Secrets of Dumbledore reveals his enigmatic life and his conflicts with his brother over key family matters. The many odd personalities that encircled his school indicated that he was as inclusive as any other magical wizard who lived in 1932. His techniques were fluid and different. It is only in Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore that we see why Dumbledore remains the greatest wizard after King Arthur's Merlin Ambrosius. Newt Scamander is a rare pure-blooded magizoologist who believes in the existence of magical creatures. His entire world revolves around these creatures alone. His mission is in line with Dumbledore's values. When Dumbledore assigns Newt to numerous tasks that test his integrity time and time again, Newt simply asks why these tasks must be assigned to him. Dumbledore reminds him that the most essential thing in a wizard's life is to maintain a sense of equilibrium, to stand up for what's right. When Grindelwald escapes from prison while being moved, Dumbledore's awareness is heightened. Grindelwald is on the hunt for Credence, an an elemental being who uses his magical prowess to create uncontrolled power that, if not controlled by a twin, has the potential to be extremely destructive. Dumbledore assigns Scamander the responsibility of finding Credence before Grindelwald catches him, based on Scamander's extensive expertise with volatile magical creatures. Meanwhile, Credence is alone and in excruciating pain. Nagini is the only one that can guide his inner compass to the true north. Credence has a lot of questions concerning his origins and bloodline. While Grindelwald is on the lookout for him, he locates him and instructs him to go to a cemetery to receive his answers. The truth is revealed only when Credence arrives at the cemetery, where Leta Lestrange, her brother Yusuf, Nagini, Tina, Newt, and Jacob are all present. When the ship they were on was about to capsize, it was Leta who unknowingly rescued Credence from the storm. When the Aurors and Grindelwald fight, Credence swears loyalty to Grindelwald in the hopes of learning more about his origins. Grindelwald is the one who discloses Credence's true identity and restores his original name, Aurelius Dumbledore. As a result, Credence has become a weapon against his bloodline. Newt, on the other hand, recovered an object precious to Dumbledore. When Grindelwald walked out of his protective circle of magic to acquire Leta, he had Niffler retrieve the Blood Pact locket from his pocket. Can Dumbledore's army save the world? When the film opened with Gellert Grindelwald and Albus Dumbledore seated across from each other for tea, Potterheads were stunned. Dumbledore expresses his undying affection for Grindelwald in the past. Their love was so intense that they made a blood bond pact housed in a locket charmed by strong magic, in order to create the most potent symbol of love for each other. This mystical connection is sacred. Grindelwald continues to question whether Dumbledore still believes non-magical people should be free, and Dumbledore strongly feels they should. Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore begins on a nervous note, but it is a dramatic moment that foreshadows what is about to unfold, which will be known for decades in the magical world as one of the most legendary duels of magic in which good could triumph over evil. It is the year 1932. At the Quillen Waterfall in China, Newt Scamander meets a mother Quillen who is about to give birth to her babies. Newt comes just in time for one of the babies to be born. Gellert Grindelwald is at large, awaiting trial for the crimes he perpetrated. He sends Credence Barebone and two of his disciples to collect one Quillen baby, unaware that there was another. When they attack Newt, he tries to protect one of the babies. He gets thrown far away due to a spell in some way, and he loses one baby Quillen. When they go, he returns to the mother, to learn that another child has been born. The younger baby Quillen twin and Newt depart right away, knowing that because of its magical significance, this one could be in grave danger. The Walk of the Quillen ceremony is an ancient ritual performed by the Quillen, a mythological entity. In a political ceremony, the Killen walks around and selects the next supreme mugwump of the International Confederation of Wizards. The Witcher Wizard has this one chance of becoming the world's supreme Witcher Wizard. Scamander needs to find a way to keep this baby safe, but he doesn't have all the information. Dumbledore summons him right away, along with his brother, Theseus, a Ministry of Magic employee. Dumbledore tells them both at his house that he and Grindelwald have made a blood pact. He can never breach this connection by raising a wand against Grindelwald, since the locket will instantly kill him. When the brothers observe what the locket does, when it detects Dumbledore's plans to assassinate Grindelwald, Newt helps Dumbledore regain his composure, and the necklace returns to its tranquil form. Dumbledore's influence is vast. He dispatches Newt on a special assignment to convey a message to a high-ranking official. Only after he has recruited Professor Hicks, American baker Jacob Kowalski, and Yusuf Kama, a French-Senegalese pure-blooded wizard, to fight Grindelwald. Newt's helper, Bunty, and Newt's brother, Theseus, are both in the army. Anton Vogel is still supreme mugwump and is poised to hand over power to the next contender, but the one he has in mind was shock and offend everyone. The message was to do what is right, not what is easy, because Dumbledore was aware of Vogel's actions and political affinities. Vogel pompously proclaims that Grindelwald has been pardoned for all of his crimes, and that he is now eligible to run for supreme mugwump. This sets in motion a chain of deadly occurrences. To decipher Grindelwald's schemes and prevent him from annihilating the world, Dumbledore must unearth some secrets in his own backyard. Dumbledore and his troops employ the concept of countersight or confusion to lead Grindelwald astray or stall for as long as they can until the vote is completed, because Grindelwald has the gift of vision. Bunty, meanwhile, begins her plot to deliver Dumbledore's personal message to her without Newt's awareness. He can't possibly know everything. They preserve the planet by not knowing what would happen next. Even Dumbledore is surprised by Can Dumbledore break the blood pact he made with Grindelwald? Albus Dumbledore and Aberforth Dumbledore share a residence. There were 3 of them. They had a sister Ariana who was also an Obscurial. Aberforth stood in the way of Gellert and Albus going away together, while they were in love. Aberforth and Albus both raised their wands. This resulted in a duel in which their sister was killed, tearing their hearts with grief for the rest of their lives. Aberforth, who was still troubled by this experience, fell in love with a hollow girl, and had a child with her. Credence is a Dumbledore who communicates with Aberforth and Albus through a mirror in their home. While Newt was always captivated by mystical creatures, Dumbledore was enthralled by the Phoenix. This bird was the only one who could warn any Dumbledore descendant when death was approaching. While death was a forewarning from fate, Albus took it seriously. He sees the Phoenix flying over Credence when he meets him on the street, and they engage in a magical duel. Albus realizes that Credence is dying, and that he requires the help of his father, Aberforth. Credence expresses his desire to return home by leaving a message in the mirror. Albus is meticulous in his attention to detail. He persuades Aberforth to attend the election when a complex scheme is devised to prevent Grindelwald's adherents from locating the other twin, Killen, who will reveal the new supreme mugwump. Dumbledore's army takes the appropriate positions to thwart Grindelwald's intentions. When the ritual takes place, Grindelwald feels he has control over the Killen that selects him, since he used necromancy, a dark sort of magic that deals with the dead, to bring it back to life. The Killen who is brought back to life chooses Grindelwald to be the new supreme mugwump. He declares war on the Muggles right away, non-magic folk. Newt, Credence, and Queenie make their way to the front of the ceremony to reveal all of Grindelwald's nefarious election rigging schemes. Grindelwald is agitated by this. Bunty appears just in time to present Newt with a case. The twin, Killen, emerges from the real suitcase and begins to stroll around. It locates and selects Albus Dumbledore, bowing low, and its chest begins to glow bright. Dumbledore is honored, but humbly declines, claiming that there is someone else present who is just as deserving. The Killen recognizes this and continues on to choose Vicentia Santos, who accepts the position. Everyone's gaze is drawn to Grindelwald, who engages in a bloody duel with Dumbledore. The blood contract is broken when Grindelwald purposefully wishes to harm Dumbledore, and the locket falls to the ground and breaks. Dumbledore is given full reign to defeat Grindelwald, who is not easily defeated. At the end of Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore, Grindelwald disapparates, vanishes into thin air, knowing that he no longer has any standing or power. Albus Dumbledore is the man who, at all times, holds the fate of the world in his hands. His tactics are dynamic and unpredictable, proving that he is always a wizard with a plan. To summarize the extent to which he went to remedy mistakes that made him susceptible or set him on a different path, we can only conclude that his magical prowess surpassed that of any witch or wizard of his time. Dumbledore's greatest achievement is yet to be disclosed. The next film in the Fantastic Beasts series is expected to portray the end of Grindelwald, a great bond coming to a close. When Dumbledore chooses to allow a youngster named Tom Riddle to come to Hogwarts, we see the beginning of how Dumbledore's affection for children becomes increasingly susceptible. Love remains the purest kind of enchantment. For the first time, we see how the Elder Wand became Dumbledore's. We say this because Grindelwald was the first to handle the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand, before Albus Dumbledore defeated him and won the wand. Dumbledore's secret universe will reveal all of this and more.